So the last factoring problems that we run into were what we call factoring difference of squares. So the first thing we want to talk about is what to look for. So first off, the obvious, two terms. There will always be two terms, also known as binomials. There's also going to be subtraction between them. So always subtraction between the two terms. You're going to be missing the linear term or the bx. So there's no bx because that one cancels out, if you remember, whenever we looked at those videos. And then last and most importantly, both terms are perfect squares. So when this happens, we have three steps. So the first step is to take the square root of each term. So what's the square root of a squared? That's a. What's the square root of b squared? That's b. Okay, then you're going to set up opposite factors. So one of them is going to be a positive, and then the other one's going to be the negative. And then once you do that, the third step is to fill in those factors. So the square root of a squared, a. So the square rooted term. So the a goes here, the b goes here, the a goes here, and the b goes here. Remember, these factors are called conjugates. So let's apply. So 9x squared minus 121. So I'm going to start by taking the square root of 9x squared. Okay, so if you remember, 9 breaks down to 3 times 3, and then x times x. You're looking for groups of 2. So the pair of 3 comes out, and the pair of x's come out. So the square root of 9x squared is 3x. And then the square root of 121. So 121 breaks down to 11 times 11. And the 11's come out. Square root's gone. So now we've got the 11. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is set up our opposite factors, or our conjugates. So the plus and the minus. And so then now we've got one is going to be 3x plus 11. The other one's going to be 3x minus 11. Difference of squares is the easiest to factor, but it's also the hardest because most students forget that you can just take the square root of each term. They make it harder than what it needs to be. And here's why this works this way. So showing why this works with the box. Okay, so again, remember these linear terms, there isn't a linear term, so they have to cancel out and become 0. Your first term's going to go here, and your last term's going to go here. And so when we think about 9x squared and then the 121, making these cancel out and become 0, well, the only way that's going to happen is if I have the 3x and the 3x, the 11 and then the negative 11. So 3x times negative 11 is negative 33x. 3x times positive 11 is positive 33x. And again, these two cancel out and they're gone. And so then that's going to leave me with the 9x squared minus 121.